A young woman writes in, what do I say if a guy wants me to send him some pics? Well, I often tell a little anecdote of a young woman I read about in a magazine. And apparently this guy texts her and he's like, hey, why don't you send me a picture of yourself? And so she's like, okay. So she, takes a selfie of her face and sends him that. Now, he gets the pictures, kind of disappointed because he already knew what she looked like. And he texts her back. He's like, hey, I didn't mean a picture of your face. And she's like, ooh, okay. So she took a selfie of her foot and sent him that picture instead. And I'm like, girl, dude, that is it. And so you know what? That's the kind of girl who's going to find love. So if any guy ever asks you to send him a revealing photograph of yourself, I give you ladies absolute permission to send him a picture of your completely bare hand waving goodbye to him, because that's as much flesh as he deserves to see. A real gentleman would never ask you for those pictures, accept those pictures, collect those pictures, or share those pictures. It's not a gentleman. It's a distributor of child porn. Women, please do not date these losers. I got an email from a girl recently, and she was asking me, well, what should I do? This guy wants to send me some pics. And I just cut and pasted what I sent this girl because she wants to know, like, what verbally do I tell this guy? And I said, look, let me just type a response. Why don't you just say this to the guy? Because you got to have a backbone. And here's what I recommend. I told her she should say to him, look, guy, you need to learn how to treat a woman like a lady, not like your personal porn star. If you want to consider yourself my friend, then you'll never ask me again to degrade myself for your selfish pleasure. Is that really bringing you any closer to becoming the man that you know you're called to be? Is that how little you think of me? You're better than this. And if you ask me again, I will pass your request on to my mom and dad, and I will have them contact your parents and let them know that their son is trying to solicit child pornography from me. Not only will I ask you to never request this again from me, for the sake of all women, please respect us by never asking for any of us to do this. Some girls might say yes to you, but that's only because they have no self-respect. Please don't try to take advantage of them in their weakness and insecurity. And so that's what's needed. Just bluntness with this guy. And unfortunately, a lot of guys will send this text, hey, why don't you send me some pictures? And I won't show anybody. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm dumb. I'll do that. Sends the guy the pictures. Dude, and he shows it to everybody. I won't show anybody for like 3 minutes. Then everybody on the team sees the pictures. They share with their girlfriends. And then this girl's like body shamed and slut shamed and all this stuff and commits suicide 4 weeks later, or has to change schools because all the bullying and all the gossiping. Like, this is not necessary. Because from a woman's perspective, understand, like, if you post that picture, you share that picture, and they say statistically about a third of girls do before they even get to college, that picture, you like basically gave up the rights of that photo. I mean, he could stick that online and it could still be on the internet 20 years from now. So you finish up college, you try to get a job, and then your employer does a Google background check, can check out images affiliated with your name and pull up an image of you from wearing who knows what from 10, 15 years earlier. Like, well, this isn't really the person we want as the weather person, for our news channel, if these pictures of her sitting online, and then there goes that career advancement because of some dumb decision he made back in high school. I know one guy did this, was trading pictures on his phone, other girls, and he got caught with it. And he actually lost his full ride scholarship to play football at a university in Arizona for basically, having child porn images on his phone. And so it's not just the girls too that get victimized in this process. I had read of these guys that were getting messages through Facebook of like, hey, from this like just beautiful young woman of just like, hey, I'm going to send you some pictures of me if you send me some sexy pictures of you. So why don't you take off some clothes, send me some pictures, I'll do the same thing for you. And was able to solicit literally about 100 guys into sending pornographic pictures of themselves to her. And once this girl, collected all these photos, she came out and explained to the guys, I am not this cute little teenage girl that all these pictures I've been sending you of. I am a man, and I want to meet you in person at a local park at night, and we're going to do things together. And if you don't show up, I'm going to take all these photos that you've sent to me and all these videos that you've privately messaged me, and I'm going to distribute those to the people in your church, in your school, and your family, and your friends, and everybody is going to see those pictures. So you either meet me to do these lewd acts with me, or I'm going to disclose all these things. And sure enough, he sexually abused a number of those boys. Eventually, one of them came forward. The guy was convicted, obviously, of child molestation, porn, all these, offenses and charges, stuffed in prison where that guy belongs. But it's like, man, do we even know what we're dabbling with here? And so when it comes to what we're doing on our phones, time to unplug a little bit. Time to use some common sense. No guy deserves to be seeing these images of you, and you need to have a backbone. If you want authentic love, don't give him this stuff. If a guy's asking that stuff of you in the first place, he doesn't even know how to look at you rightly, let alone know how to treat you rightly. And so don't even try to fix the guy in the sense of, okay, I'll be friends with him and I'll date him and maybe I'll change him. No. He has already disclosed his intents, because the Old Testament tells us that the test of a man is what? Is it his wealth? Is it what he looks like? Is it his popularity, his success, his handsomeness? No. The Old Testament wisdom literature says the test of a man is his conversation, because that discloses the very heart of a man. And so if his conversation to you is asking for you to become his pornography, well, you have seen directly into the heart of a man, and you don't need to see any further. Back off, because you deserve infinitely more. And so what's a better thing we could be doing with our phones? One thing that I would highly recommend is that you get the app Hallo. Hallo is a sponsor of Lust is Boring, and if you've not tried this thing, check it out. It is free, and by you downloading this on your phone, it supports our podcast, help us to spread the message. All you got to do is hallo.com/lustisboring, or click the link in the show notes. And it's an incredible prayer app. They've got hundreds of contemporary Christian music there that you can download, listen to. They've got Gregorian chant. So they've got the music. They've got prayers, scriptural reflections, homilies, rosaries. You can even pick the speed of your rosary. I want an 18-minute rosary. I'm going to do the 22-minute rosary, depending on how long your commute is to work, whatever. Check out Hallo. It is an awesome app, because yeah, there's a lot of junk on our phones, but there's a lot of great stuff too. So check out Hallo. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that little clip, but if you want to see the whole episode where this came from, just click the link here. And in the meantime, we want to invite you to help us share this message, and there's a couple things you can do real quick. Number one, if you like or comment or share this video, YouTube will actually show it to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We release videos every single day, and you'll be notified as soon as those come out. If you want to help us also to spread this message, you can support us at patreon.com/Jason Evert. That helps us to create these videos and show them to the whole world. God bless.